Okay. Okay. Today is 12:16 a.m. Um 11/29/2025, but this reflection is for 11/28/2025. I just filmed three crappy videos in a row because I had just procrastinated them and I just finally did them tonight because I just figured I might as well get it done before I go grind the Forsaken event. Um but yeah. Today, I guess today was a little bit more interesting than me just playing games. I woke up, so the night before, I slept at 4, and today I woke up at 10, which pisses me off because I am trying to wake up at 6 o'clock every day, and for some reason, my alarm just keeps not working. Like my alarm noise is the metal pipe dropping sound effect at 200% volume, and I have six alarms between 6 a.m. and 6:30 a.m. and I still didn't wake up somehow. I don't know how. But I woke up at 10 a.m. and immediately my dad's like, "We're going to Costco," and I was kind of pissed because, to be frank with you, I hate going to Costco because I caught what my dad does at Costco. He he freaking he takes like his time. Like he just he's like he can't make like a grab and go list. Like he just walks around slowly, and then when he sees something that he think he might buy, he like looks at it for like 2 to 5 minutes and considers. And then he's like, "Yeah, maybe we'll buy it now." So, and he always says, "Oh, it's gonna be quick." And then an hour later, we're out of Costco. So it just pisses me off because it's not like I have anything to do in there either. Um, I don't even have any emeralds. Let me see if there's anything good here though. Now that leads are craftable, I won't kill him. Or at least they're easily craftable now. I hated when they used to use slime blocks. Or slime balls. Anyway, yeah, that was the beginning of my day. Technically, so he told me we were going to Costco, but we were actually going to go eat breakfast and then go to Costco. So yeah, ate breakfast, went to Costco, did shopping because today I went to my dad's cousin's place. So technically my aunt, but not like a tradition, like the traditional usage for the word aunt. Yeah, I went to her place. And yeah, we were just grabbing ingredients, or not ingredients, but we're mainly grabbing ingredients for my mom to cook a meal for tomorrow because there are people coming over to our house tomorrow. But we were also grabbing the stuff that we were gonna bring to my aunt's place. Ooh, I should actually get more bread before I go out and find cows. So yeah, um, I went to my aunt's place. You know, it was pretty good there. Her son, which is technically my distant cousin, taught me how to play the electric guitar. I wasn't very good at it. Well, I was okay, I guess. I wasn't like really good though. I just play like a simple riff though, or chord. And then we just got back, and now I'm here filming this video. So yeah, um, today I just want to talk about what I'm freaking doing with my life. You know, um, originally the plan for this video was that I was gonna talk about how people just suck. I just like some people they just suck. Um, but while I was, you know, filming the 3 videos before this, the ones that I had procrastinated for so long on. I just, I just had the idea to talk about how I'm rotting my life away. Maybe not rotting, per se, but it feels like I'm not making good use of it. Um, Basically, the reason I had that idea was because literally, if you go and watch the 3 videos before this, I'm just gonna say I played video games. That was my day. And looking back on it, you know, it feels kind of ridiculous, to say that because it's like I have all this free time away from like that damned place, school, and I'm just playing video games. I mean, like okay, I went to a friend's house. Actually, I went to a friend's house. I think. Um, yeah, actually, I went to a friend's house on Wednesday. Yeah, I went to a friend's house on Wednesday, but like other than that, I've literally just played video games. And looking back on that, it's kind of like it feels like I'm wasting my time. Because I mean, at least if I was like actually like out with my friends, then that wouldn't. I mean, I don't know because you could say that we like doing stuff with your friends is also a waste of time and unproductive. I mean, it is, but then like I don't know. It just feels like such a big difference between being with your friends in person and playing with them online. And then I think about it. I look. Oh my god, I'm lagging. I look over, you know, my achievements in life, and I understand. You know, I'm quite young, honestly, in the grand scheme of things, but I just feel like yeah, I just don't mean anything. You know, I mean, holy, because I have never done anything meaningful. I mean, every day, I try my best to be nice to people, to just not be a jerk. But does that really matter? Is the thing. Do I truly contribute to society? Is that if I died, would anyone, if I died, um, would that change anything? I mean, obviously, I have friends, I have family, they care about me. But am I truly a good thing, or am I just a liability? Because, I mean, just because you want something doesn't mean it's good for you, you know? And I just think about, because, like, you see all of these people around you, they're achieving all these things, they're so smart, getting these good grades, some people literally, I know there are some geniuses out there who are like my age and they already have like a PhD or something. And I just feel like scummy because while they were out there working to get that PhD because they're geniuses, I've been sitting my ass here playing video games for God knows how long. This just makes me feel terrible, you know? Mm, Cause it's even though I like know that, I actively don't try to make a difference with it. Cause like the thing is that it's like whenever I just kind of ignore it most of the time, you know? Cause I think about it, I actively know it, but most of the time it's just subconscious. It's not the main focus. And it's only moments like these, times where I evaluate my existence and my contribution, that I start to realize that maybe I should start to change. But then I just forget about it, you know? After I get some kind of stimulation to, you know, run on like to make it so I don't have to think anymore. You know, like I get some kind of stimulation. I just forget about it. You know, it just goes out. You know, just leave it for future me to deal with. And I feel terrible in those moments. Though, you know, I was dog on school, and I will probably forever hate school. But most of the times that I'm thinking about these things are when I'm bored like hell. And let me just point out that half of the time I'm thinking about this is in school. So, you know, oh, school's boring as hell. Yeah, you already heard all my schmuck about it if you watched my video. Um, damn, I cannot find a cow. I probably should have anticipated that. I know how spawning works. Um, yeah, I just feel terrible sometimes. You know, I mean, I know, you know, it's unlikely that um I don't like it being a genius. I like some people just are born with that. Just lucky. Okay, I know. But then, you know, it's like I feel kind of bad, you know, because like even then, it's like I spend all my free time like playing video games, and it's like I feel like I take away more than I give because you know I have all these, namely my parents, but they're people, you know, who work so that I can live and I can have a good life. And then, despite all of their efforts, it accumulates. My existence means nothing, you know? Like, I don't care that the sun, like, I know nothing that we ever do will ever mean anything because I know whether we like it or not, unless we can create some kind of genius new technology, the sun is gonna explode in like 4.5 billion years. Not my problem. We're obviously all gonna die before that happens. In fact, I think humanity is probably gonna go extinct before that happens, or we'll just destroy the planet ourselves. But that's just in the grand scheme of things. Like if you look in the a smaller scale, then some lives do have meaning. But then I feel like my life doesn't. And you know, I know I'm I'm not old, you know. It's not like I like it's unlikely I would even have established any meaning. But then sometimes life just feels like so bleak, like I will never find that meaning in the like ever. It just makes me sad. It makes me really sad. I mean, you know, if you ask me personally, they always say, you know, you're lucky to have been born. Are you though? Is that true? Oh, huh. There are a trillion of these cells, and you were the lucky one to get to the egg. No, I personally think. to exist is a curse. Because think about it, think about it. I think we can probably all agree that most of life's moments, or maybe not most of the moments, but I think we can all agree that suffering usually outweighs joy in life. So if you think about it logistically, to not exist, if we first say, like, just for sake of simplifying, oh my god, my camel's getting dark and I gotta get out of here. Why did I? Okay, it's just like if we were to say that, like, for every bad thing that happens in life, it adds a point, like points, every good thing and bad thing. Bad things, uh, subtract points from the life scale. Okay, let's just call it the life scale. But let's just say bad things subtract points from the life scale, and good things add to it. Shocker. I think we can all agree that the life scale would probably be negative at the end of someone's life. I mean, for the majority, there are some lucky people out there who their lives, their life scale is going to be positive. Oh, I'm lagging. Okay. But for most of us, I think the life scale is probably gonna be negative. And maybe I'm just looking at it bleak. Maybe it actually isn't that bad. I feel like personally it is that bad. My God, why am I lagging so much today? Um, Logistically speaking, if you if you never exist in the first place, your life scale is gonna be neutral because you never had life in the first place. But if you exist, then your life scale drops. To not suffer, but to not have enjoyment, in my opinion, is better than to suffer but have some enjoyment. And honestly, you know, I don't really want to talk to people about it because I feel like if I talk to people about it, something's gonna change or they're gonna treat me differently. I mean, I don't care if they treat me differently, but I just don't want to make it weird. Like, I don't want to get sent to therapy or. I don't want life to change. And I mean, I've talked to friends about it before. I talked to Helmet Head about it before. And he said some nice things, but I just, I still find it hard to just keep pushing through life, knowing that it's mostly suffering, and that my my all the effort that I put to just keep trying to stay happy every day, and to not think about all this, and the struggles that I go through will mean nothing because I'm probably gonna end up being some dumb middle-aged office worker who hates his job. And you know maybe if the work I do is humanitarian, I think I'm not gonna put too high standards. Okay, I don't want to make some massive, um some massive device that will change the world or innovative technology, because realistically that's not gonna happen. Okay, i'm I'm just not smart enough for that. I used to think I was smart, but I realized I wasn't. I think I'm probably higher than average, but I'm just not that smart. That's not realistically something I will ever be able to do. But if I can just somehow contribute to society more than I have taken from it, then I will be happy. because parents work so much, I work so much so I can stay in this neighborhood that has this good neighborhood where there are so many opportunities, and all I do every day is play video games. So maybe one day I can somehow contribute to society so much that their struggles will have been not in vain. But it's really tough sometimes to convince myself that's gonna happen because most of the time I look at my life and I look at where I'm going, where I've been, where I'm at, based off where I've been, where I'm at. I don't mean anything to the world. So if we followed the pattern, that probably means I will never mean anything. But hey, look, I mean, it's not that simple, you know. I mean, just because, I mean, yeah, we don't actually know the sun is gonna come up every day. We just use the fact that it has always come up to say that it'll come up again, but that doesn't prove that it will, you know? It's not really truly science. Or maybe science isn't the right word for it, but, you know. I mean, my ass, okay? My ass can't even be disciplined enough to play Minecraft and talk for 3 days. I put off those 3 videos for tonight. Now I'm filming the reflection for today. My ass, okay? My ass is lazy, okay? And I just feel like I will never, mean anything. True, like maybe not per se mean anything, but be solely beneficial. Well, not solely beneficial, but be, for the most part, beneficial to anybody. Because I feel fucking. Oh, I swore for the first time. Okay. Sorry. I feel this fucking. Like a piece of shit. Knowing how much people work for me just for me to be a worthless bum. You know? And look, I know there are even more worthless bums, out there, I can probably name a few at my school. But that's them, okay? And they don't care about it. Well, I care. Okay, I care about me. Okay, like, just because there are other worthless people out there doesn't justify me being worthless, Look, honestly, I have 2 goals, okay? 2 goals. Alright. Mostly, for the most part, benefit someone's life is number one. Or the alternative to that is do something like humanitarian work that would overall improve many lives at once, Or, sorry, not or. And then second of all, contribute enough to society that the work that people put in for me to exist does not go into vain. And once I have achieved those 2 goals in life, I will be happy. Okay, I will be fulfilled when I die. Okay, but honestly, okay, to be honest, okay, literally just getting married, having a happy marriage, and actually like meaning something to someone. I think that's enough for me to fulfill goal one. Or I could double down and I could do that, and then I could also get a job a, like a good job, like a charity non-profit job. So number one, I think it's quite easy to fulfill, in if based off like the basic life, how like a average life would go. You get an education. After educating, you gotta get a job, get married. It should probably be quite easy to get that done. Damn, where's my camel? I should have brought my lead. But then it's number two. Okay, number two. Number two could technically be achieved at the same time as number one. Because I mean, if I am doing humanitarian work, you know, then all the effort put into my existence will not be for vain, because I'm using my existence. I'm dedicating my existence to helping others, giving others better lives. So I don't know, but then it's just God. Actually, the more I think about this logically, the more like the less sad I get about it, because I there was like a week of my life where I was just really, really sad, because I would just every night I would go to sleep crying, thinking about this. But then the more I think about it logically, it shouldn't be too difficult to achieve this, you know? But I mean, we'll talk about, um, I will talk about, why, I will talk more in depth about why this used to make me sad, because I understood that it was definitely likely that I would, my life would probably mean at least a little bit, but I kind of felt it was just so hard to accept that. It was just difficult to think that that would actually be true, you know. Because, again, I look at my life. I am, as of right now, I am, I'm a worthless bum. I just play video games all day when I'm not doing homework from that fucking conglomerate of buildings called school. Hmm. And I just felt like shit, because I knew that life was invaluable, and that, you know, people work so hard, so that maybe one day I will have value. But then I just felt like I would never have value. God damn, where is my camel, dude? I shouldn't have done that. I don't think I'm ever getting him back. How? It, well, okay, at least I got my camel back. But yeah, that is that is yeah, mirror reflection for today, guys. I know I've said it a bunch of times already, but I'm sorry for the fall off of my content. This video was 30 minutes. My first few videos were, yeah, about 30 to 40 minutes. But the at this point, the majority of my videos are now quite short. So hopefully we can Hopefully, I can try to find some more topics to talk about. Some more topics to talk about soon. Yo, can you get out of here, man, bro? What do you think? Uh, Come on. Anyway, I'm yeah. That was the reflection for today, guys. I was today actually it's really good actually today I talked about this because I was feeling very sad about this before, I would think about this quite often and I was on the verge of tears every time I think about this because I would just feel like absolute shit. But talking about it today has made me realize that now that I've maybe planned it out a bit more, it makes me realize that this goal shouldn't be too hard to achieve, you know? And I feel a bit lighter. I mean, I'm still a bit torn. One side of me says, logically, you will be able to achieve this life goal. You just need to find some humanitarian work. Yeah, I mean, getting married could be hard, but I think it'll probably be fine for that one. I mean, not that just even raising kids is fun. I mean, like, I just, I think you get what I'm trying to say. And then, but the other half of me keeps saying, you're a fucking piece of shit, you know? You will never amount to anything. And a lot of times it's hard not to listen to that side. Um, Thanks for listening to today's, reflection. Yeah, bye.